God told Jonah to go down to Nineveh, that old wicked town, but Jonah didn't want to go where he was sent. Until that big fish came along to show old Jonah he was wrong, and after that ordeal he changed his mind and went. When God tells you what to do, you'd better do it. You'd better do it. You'd better do it. It doesn't pay to disobey, that's all there's to it. Like old Jonah, you'll find out the hard, hard way. Jonah thought he'd fool the Lord. He found a ship and got on board. Away they went to sailing out upon the sea. After a while the sea waves roared. The men threw Jonah overboard. And then he knew he wasn't where he ought to be. When God tells you what to do, you'd better do it. You'd better do it. You'd better do it. It doesn't pay to disobey, that's all there's to it. Like old Jonah, you'll find out the hard, hard way. For 3 days and nights he stayed inside that fish, and how he prayed until the Lord told that old fish to spit him out. He brought him up on the dry ground, and Jonah, tired of fooling around, packed up and went to Nineveh without a pout. When God tells you what to do, you'd better do it. You'd better do it. You'd better do it. It doesn't pay to disobey, that's all there's to it. Like old Jonah, you'll find out the hard, hard way.
Well, we might not get swallowed by a fish when we disobey, but we do have other consequences sometimes. So we're gonna do a little skit again to teach you a little bit more about obedience. Hey kids, come here, please. Reagan, Candace.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I have to go get some groceries, and I made a list for you all. Pay attention. I want these done by the time I get back.
Okay.
Candace, you're supposed to fry some hamburger. It's in the sink. You can fry that for supper and bake a cake. Clean up the kitchen.
Okay.
The lunch mess is still here. You clean up. Erica, you help her with the dishes. And then you need to clean the basement. And the first thing you need to do is go strip the beds. Wash the sheets today. We need to get those sheets washed. Okay? It's been a long time. You clean the basement. And Reagan, look at this mess in the living room. You clean the living room and the dining room, okay? Clean everything up and dust and sweep.
Okay.
And take care of the trash. Empty all the waste baskets and take care of the trash.
Okay.
Okay? Got it?
Okay, bye. See ya.
Should take you about 2 hours. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, guys, play like Monopoly or something.
Monopoly?
I don't know.
I think we should actually start doing our jobs. Didn't Mom say? What time is it? I don't know. We're probably fine. Yeah, we're probably good. We have
We have half
time.
an hour.
It's okay.
I don't think that one's even.
That
done.
was. I know where that one is. Hi, Mom.
Guys, whatever is going on?
I'm sorry. We forgot. We got.
What's with the list?
Sorry. We lost
Nothing
track of.
is done.
I played with the living room. They just messed it up.
We're gonna
right?
do it now. Do it now.
It'll be done.
We'll do it fast.
Daniel and Neoma decided they're going to come surprise us for this weekend. And they're almost here.
Great.
Now just think how much better it would have been if you would have done your work when I told you to.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal. Like,
I mean,
family.
yeah, it is, right? This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Let's hurry up and clean it, guys.
The
This is
beds
embarrassing.
aren't clean.
Come on. Sorry, Mom.
Okay, we're going to do a little craft again. We're going to make little whales to remind us to obey. So this is what we're going to make. Remember origami? That's what we did last week. So I'm going to show you how to do this again now and make a little fish. Okay, we need paper again, just a plain piece of paper, a pencil, a black marker or pen, scissors, a ruler, and some tape. So get your things and let's get started. Okay, we're going to start out making a square again, folding your paper like this and cutting off this extra strip here. Now we do need this strip later, so hang on to this. Open your paper and take your ruler and pencil and measure this one corner up 1 inch and just make a little dot here. Then we're going to take our scissors and cut along the fold up to the dot, just about 1 inch up, right along the fold. Okay, now we're going to fold this corner over. Make sure you have where you cut the slit, have that where the point is, and fold this over even with that folded line, the center of the paper. So we first have this fold, then open it and fold this over, make it even with this folded line. And then do the other side again here. Okay, then you take this corner, bring this point up even with the edge of the other papers, and fold that down. Then we fold this paper in half this way again with these folded pages inside so you don't see those anymore. So this is how it should look. Now when you come to this pointed edge here, you take here where you had cut before and fold this over like this, flip it over, and do the same with the other tip. Just fold them over. And if you take your ruler again and your pencil and measure over here 3 inches and just make a little mark there, then we're going to fold this up to make the tail of the whale. Fold it up like this. And then flip these little flipper things up. And there you have a whale. Take your marker and draw a little eye. There's a whale. Now, if you want to add the water spouts, you take this other piece of paper and mark it 4 inches. 4 inches down and cut off 4 inches. Now we're going to fold it the long way like this. Once, and then twice,
And 3 times. Then we want to open it again. We're going to cut along the fold lines up to about 1 inch or 1.5 inches from this edge. So we just cut along all the fold lines. When you had the cutting done, just fold it again where you had folded it before. Now if you want finer lines, you can still cut through all thicknesses, or you could just leave it like that if you want to. But you can cut through all of these to make it look a little bit more like water spouting. Then we're going to take this, flip it upside down on the back, and tape it to the back here of the whale. Then you can arrange this the way you want to. You can kind of fold over some of these little ones a little, spread them out to make them look a little bit more like water spouting out of the whale's back. And there you have your big fish that swallowed Jonah. And to remind you to always obey so you don't get swallowed by a fish. No, you won't get swallowed by a fish, but there will be other bad consequences sometimes if you don't obey. Okay, have a nice day.
After a while the sea waves roared, the men threw Jonah overboard, and then he knew he wasn't where he ought to be. After a while the sea waves roared, the men threw Jonah overboard, and then he knew he wasn't where he ought to be. For 3 days and nights he stayed inside that fish, and how he prayed until the Lord told that old fish to spit him out.
No, you have to.
What's so funny?
He was like.
It doesn't pay to disobey, that's all there's to it. Like old Jonah, you'll find out the hard, hard way. It's giving me more on hard.
Are we doing this or hard?
Yeah! Just get it? Got it. Just, you can laugh later. Just think.
Come on.
Come on, it's
Okay, it's not funny. It's not funny.
Woo!
Okay. Let's just, maybe we should do the chorus. Okay, yeah, when God tells you what to do, you'd better do it.